Two of the most popular shows of the 70s, Sanford and Son and What's Happening. Ironically, they never ran at the same time, with Sanford and Son ending in 1976 and What's Happening picking up in 76-77. Shows that left a lasting impact over 50 plus years later, and they're still beloved. That said, did you know the shows have more things in common despite being on a competing network? Today we will go over the many coincidences and see if it was just random dumb luck or something more to it. Both shows were remakes by other hits. Sanford and Son was inspired by the successful British comedy Steptoe and Son.
Certainly not. Bathing in other people's water? That is disgusting.
Well, you're not dirty. You're always washing. Look, we can see the bottom.
Steptoe and Son was a major hit and even had 2 movies. But the American clone was a bigger success and ran for double the amount of episodes. What's Happening was no different. It drew major inspiration from the money-making movie Cooley High.
All right. Well, is there another way out of here? No, man, the goat cheese is in the middle of it. Oh. I ain't going out there. You got to.
The movie made over 10 times its budget back and was called a touchstone for filmmakers like John Singleton and Spike Lee. In the end, both shows might have been taken from other successes, but both found their own paths to greatness. Queens of the insults. You can't think of Sanford and Son and not think of Aunt Esther.
Brady Wilson, I'm so mad at you, I could jump down your throat and stomp your liver.
Esther can stand toe-to-toe with any man when it comes to the battle of insults. Something that just came natural for the former stand-up comic. Coincidentally, Shirley Hemphill was a stand-up comic as well, and it showed on the screen.
Excuse me, Shirley.
What?
Here's $1.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, give that to Liz for me.
Give it to yourself, turkey.
Just like Esther, Shirley could stand up to any challenge, but would even intimidate the guys as well. Honestly, both were, as you would say today, gone viral and main reasons their shows found major success. Main cast members that held out for more money. Any fan of Sanford and Son knows about Red Fox and how he left halfway through season 3 and was holding out for more money. Red would end up missing 9 episodes total while holding out. But in his case, at least the show continued on. Unlike in What's Happening, where one holdout would end up ending the show. After a successful season 1, where the show would crack the top 25, the series dipped into the 40s in season 2. But that didn't stop Rerun, played by Fred Berry, from holding out. Rerun would hold out a second time and convince Ernest Thomas, who played Raj, to join him, leaving just Dwayne to carry 1 episode alone. Barry was able to convince his other 2 co-stars to sit out once more, and despite climbing into the top 30 ratings, producers were tired of it and canceled the series. Everything but the kitchen sink. One of the biggest reasons Sanford and Son had success was the actors and writers and the producers as well. Like a great sports franchise, the pieces to the team and those running it are just as important as the stars. That said, with What's Happening having success, they decided to bring in popular actors from Sanford and Son, like Rita Lawson's boy as Rerun's brother-in-law.
Why did you pick Tampa Bay?
I like their helmets.
You like their helmets? I bet all my men on a football team because you like their helmets.
Big Lou Turner got involved with Mabel.
Todd. Grace.
Good Lord.
Skeeter Matthews was now Raj and Dee's dad.
Dee, go upstairs. Let me talk to Roger alone for a minute.
All right, Daddy, but just a minute.
The gang's teacher was once called a White Esther.
I was very hard on you the other day and very unfair. I'm going to lift your detention.
Thank you, Miss Collins.
Heck, even one of the stars was once Grady's grandson.
Haywood, will you hurry up and sit down? You're late. You know you mustn't keep your mother waiting. She works very hard.
It was so good to see all these former Sanford and Son cast members stopping by, still bringing the same energy and laughs that we loved for them on Sanford and Son. Even the producers, Sal, Bud, and Bernie, all worked on Sanford and Son as well, came to start What's Happening. The last possible thing taken from Sanford and Son was the set itself. That's always been the rumor, and it fits identically. Sometimes shows from one station can be filmed on other sets from other networks, and this appears to be the case with these two. As mentioned earlier, both shows were remakes, but did you also know both shows made comeback attempts?
Well, yeah, now that's a good idea. We should storm 7-Eleven and stay there till 12.
That's good. Then the judge will give us 5 to 10.
Sanford and Son ended with Red Fox leaving for ABC and a bigger paycheck. But after several years of NBC having 0 top shows, they attempted to bring back the most popular show of the 70s, Sanford and Son. The one problem? Red Fox and Damon Wilson left the show on bad terms, so Damon refused to return. So they went ahead with Red and made Sanford. It ran 2 seasons, but with some mishandling by the network, the show failed to have major success. Even when bringing back Esther and Grady, it couldn't take off and the show was canceled. What's Happening had ended because of the fight for more money, but it did have decent ratings. After the show's popularity increased with reruns, no pun intended, there became a fan outcry to bring the series back. Nearly 6 years after the show went off the air, it returned with an 80s flair, including an updated version of the classic intro. The main cast all returned, with the exception of Mabel King, who left after season 2. Danielle Spencer would even return for a handful of episodes in season 1. We would also meet some new characters, like Nadine, Raj's wife, as well as Carolyn, their adopted daughter, played by Rena King, sister to Academy Award winner Regina King. The first season was a major success and had fans so excited to see the cast back together again.
No good, it's sagging in the middle.
Well, look who's talking.
But Fred Rerun Barry once again felt he was the biggest part of the show and should be paid more. ABC wasn't having it, and they wrote him out of the show permanently. It was harsh, but no way the network would give in. The show would go on to last 3 seasons overall, and even launch the career of a young Martin Lawrence. What's Happening Now had much more success than the Sanford series did, but in the end, fans of both shows were the true winners. It's incredibly rare to have a canceled show resurrect back for just a few years later. So we can see these two shows might have had different foundations that they were all built on, but have many similarities. One of the last ones, they are 2 of my all-time favorite shows.